What's up to all of my Aries out there? Welcome to Pulse of the Cosmos. I am your astrologer, Emily, and today we're going to be taking a look at this week's astrology for the week of Monday, August 17th through the 23rd of 2020. So let's dive right in. Of course, it's a big week here. On Tuesday, we have this new moon happening in Leo with Mercury just a couple degrees away and trine to Mars, your ruling planet, who is home and dignified in Aries. So, Mars coming through the first house is really coming into these spaces of inner authority and inner confidence and really identifying what you want to create out of this life, what you want to manifest out of this life. And a lot of this Leo season, as we've had the sun come through your fifth house, it's been a lot of awareness turned towards the areas of your life that feed you those feelings of love and of creativity and of happiness and of self-expression. And I feel like you're really identifying with some of these spaces in connection to your long-term goals and where you see yourself in the future and the kind of life that you're trying to create for yourself, the world that you're trying to create for yourself with all of this 10th house energy, Capricorn over there. Now with Mars in your first house, he's going to become the very end of the week, he's going to be entering his exact square with Saturn over there in Capricorn, where we are holding square for a minute because Mars is going retrograde come September. And so this is going to be a lot of challenges in your life. This is going to be a lot of blockages coming into your life where you're kind of forced to stepping into owning that identity and owning what you want and owning the actions that you're taking to kind of build the kind of world that you want to create. It's going to take some courage. It's going to take some of that Aries courage, that Aries hero element. And this could be coming from outside authorities. This could be coming from outside structures, kind of challenging the direction that you want to go in with these squares. This could also be a challenge within your own conditioning of beliefs about yourself, your own conditioning of beliefs about the world around you. This could be you restricting yourself by continuing to invest energy in building a world that isn't really resonant with what your higher self or what your transcendental soul is trying to create with you out of this incarnation. So there's a lot to look at there, but this new moon in Leo is going to be like a resuscitation to the heart, like a revival to the heart, a renewal of some of our energy to push us forward in those direction as we're kind of coming into some of these major challenges with these Mars-Saturn squares. And, this new moon is also going to be in quincunx over to Saturn over there in Capricorn. So it is, like I said, there's an element of responsibility here and there's an element of risk as well. Capricorn kind of demands a risk for the rewards. So we're going to have to step through the fears, some of the plutonic fears over there in Capricorn, and really look to what's making sense in your life for the direction that you want to go in. And this new moon is in really positive aspects with the nodes as well. It's going to be sextiling the North Node over there in Gemini and trining the South Node over there in Sagittarius. And when we're looking at the North Node in Gemini, this is our karmic destiny. This is our karmic destiny. And when we're looking at it in Gemini, your third house, we're looking at what makes sense, what connects, what feels divine, what feels stimulating to you, when, as well as the fifth house, what's kind of feeding that love and that creativity and that happiness inside of you. And, sometimes, we are subjugated by our destinies until the point that we are able to step back and kind of acquire that level of self-knowledge available to us through our transcendental soul. This is our eternal soul. This is our energetic being. This is our being that has existed for lifetimes. You have lifetimes worth of internal resources to draw upon throughout this. Don't forget that, my Aries. But in any case, let's see here. I'm going to pull from the cards for you guys and see what's going on there for my Aries. And the sun is moving into Virgo this week. The sun and Mercury are moving into Virgo this week, where it's going to be coming out of a lot of this fire energy and into Virgo season, where we're taking a much more practical look at our reality and what we need to change and where we need to restructure and what needs to be purified. Virgo rules the changes that we make in our reality. So let's see. Okay, so the first couple cards we pulled are the Eight of Cups crossed by the Eight of Wands. So interesting. So the Eight of Cups implies an element of kind of moving on from something that we've worked really hard from, something that we've invested a lot of emotional work into. And the Eight of Wands reversed, when we get the Eight of Wands upright, this is an element of very fast movement. These are wands shooting in, and in tarot it can even be kind of like those arrows of love shooting in. And this could be that element of the fifth house for you guys, that love, that creativity, that passion, that beauty. And there could be some sense of a block within you of moving into these spaces of your life that feed that love and that creativity and that happiness and that pleasure, from the refusal to move on from something that's no longer resonant, that you're still putting a lot of emotional value in, but it's blocking you from moving forward into these new spaces where you're able to build a world that's actually more resonant with what you want to create out of this life. And we pulled the Fool reversed coming up next. So interesting. So for my Aries this week, the Fool, we want to be cautious as we're making some of these decisions and we're making some of these changes, and we might be even encountering some attacks from other people, that we're just not jumping off a cliff into new circumstances and being a fool in our own lives, making foolish decisions fueled by attachments to things of this material world, being disconnected from the divine and not connecting with our inner authority. So this could also be, the Fool reverse can also manifest in another interesting way where we're completely stepping off into these new spaces, but we kind of have this inner knowing and we have this inner idea and we have this inner security that these new journeys at this new space, even though we don't know directly kind of what's going to be physically manifest out it, we know that it feels divine. We know that it feels connected. We know that whatever this space is that we need to kind of disconnect from and move on from, that we might have been putting a lot of emotional work into. This could be a relationship situation. This could be a project that you're involved in. This could be a home life situation. This could be a career life situation, but it's definitely blocking a lot of forward movement for you, this attachment to this area. But we are moving in. We're taking the Fool's journey. We're moving into these new spaces where we're going to be curating our lives in such a way that they flow more towards the direction that we want to go in. So in any case, I love you guys all, my Aries, so much out there. Stay strong. Be that Aries hero. I know that you are, and I will be back next week.